And then I started thinking about how many people that I've known that have actually been shot, accidental, whether it be violence, where someone shoots someone else. And it was surprising that I kept thinking and thinking, and it got up to, at 1.6. I started to think differently about guns when people that I knew had been lost to them, and not to the point where I thought that we should go out and ban all guns and that that's the answer to the problem, but just thinking and reflecting upon their lives and how sensitive and how dangerous the object is when it came down to it. And in the hands of a well-trained person, less dangerous, but still the care that needs to be taken is there. Then we might talk about here in a minute, back in January, a close and very dear friend of the family, it's very emotional for me to this day, was shot and killed shortly after the Newtown shootings. He was killed in Phoenix by a client, and that really made me reflect and made me write for the first time.
Yeah.
But seeing the type of violence that we have in society, thinking about any way that we can attack this problem and start getting people to think about gun violence was really, really important to me. And so I did create a project on Facebook. It's literally a group. It's called What Is Your Number? You can basically go to Facebook, put it in. The pinned comment to the top, I basically asked the very question that I asked in that article, and I asked people if they wouldn't mind sharing their experiences. And conservatives, liberals, pro-gun owners, absolute, completely anti-gun folks, all have put their number in. They've all reflected, and I think what's happened is it started a conversation, and it's started a real conversation among people about life, about safety, about what that inch of where a bullet can go means to an entire person's life. And have found by talking that we share a lot of principles of what should be done about it too. Many of us agree that there should be background checks. Many of us agree that we should be spending more money on public health, and that we should be spending more money on mental health. They may not agree that we should ban assault weapons. So I think it's been useful, and I've been comforted, but also aghast at the answers that I've gotten to that question. And I've reconnected with friends. I've connected with people that I did not even know, and people on that site have connected with each other. So I really want to continue it. I'm hopeful that my own opinions on guns and what should be done about them don't keep people from participating. I really am trying like heck to keep it as nonpartisan as possible and let people go where they want to after the question of, well, what should we do about it? That's up to you. But that's what the project's about. And I don't want anyone to feel attacked personally by the fact that they do own one and they do enjoy it and that they are safe and they are comfortable. But, if we can all talk and start compromising a little bit, I'm not going to take your guns, and maybe we might find a way to keep the Adam Lanzas from the future from having such easy access to them. And at the very least, maybe smaller magazines where they can't fire off as many rounds quite as quickly. I think the What Is Your Number project, the best thing about that is that I think it gets people to talk. I think it gets people to learn from each other, and it gets people to understand each other, because we don't talk about gun violence. That's what I've learned the most. All of those people that wrote in and told me their number many of them had told me that they had never told a soul that they had been shot. We're walking around together today in a country that has so many guns and so many experiences and brushes with them that we all know people that have been shot. And if you don't, it's sad, but you will. I believe that you will. And I hope that it doesn't happen